I'm sure most people, when you play competitive sport, you don't like to lose. I hate losing. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling of it. I'm not very good at it. But if you're going to lose, I think you have to lose well. When we played Chelsea, we lost 1-0 and we competed. We had a real go. We were organised. We did the jobs we said we were going to do. Beaten by a really good go. You don't like it, but you accept it. You go, okay. Against Bristol, no, unacceptable. I think I said to the girls, I'm looking for three things: attitude, effort, and application. And if you score high in all of those, you should be happy with yourself. And if that means you lose, have you lost well? Have you lost having a go? Has your attitude been good? Has your effort been good? Has your application been good? I think when we played Bristol, the application was poor. There was effort, but it came a bit late. Attitude, I don't want to make excuses. I mean, the conditions were awful, but it was awful for both teams. But if you do well in those three areas, I think you give yourself a chance. You give yourself a chance of doing well. If you fall below your expected levels, then you're going to get punished for it. And I think, Chelsea coming up, if everybody has a desire and appetite, effort, attitude and application, you give yourself a chance. And we've proved it before. We lost to them 1-0 last time, but I thought we played well. We managed to get a point from them historically. But it's interesting. I think, the honest thing is, against Chelsea, we are not expected to win. I mean, they're flying, aren't they? Against Bristol, we're expected to win. And we don't, so we play well against Chelsea. We're not expected. We expect to beat Bristol. We don't play well. So psychologically, there's something a bit amiss there, which we have to manage, and the players have to then manage themselves better. Yeah, well, Emma Koivisto, she's a Finnish international, fullback, both sides. Dynamic, an athlete, which is good. It's just we've had it's been a long process to get, number one, international clearance. I think the whole Brexit thing has changed things somewhat. Her work permit's taken some time. So we've had all of this plus other stuff going on around players. So I'm not making excuses, but it has been a particularly difficult period. But the performance against Bristol, I'm not accepting it. It was just not good enough.
Obviously, last Saturday was disappointing and below the sort of minimum standards we'd set for ourselves. I think we like when we think about our identity, it's like we're hard to break down and teams know that. And it just seemed to come unstuck last Saturday. So like the players, we had a meeting and just sort of like a reset and just reminding ourselves, that we've had a couple of bad results, but, you don't become a bad team overnight. We just need to get back to the basics and doing the things that we do really well naturally most of the time. And just be hard to break down again. It just too many people not playing well last Saturday, and it cost us. And that's the reality of this league. That's the other thing. You can't have a bad week. You can't have a week where you slack off. And we were maybe guilty of sort of not raising to those standards last Saturday. We're just desperate for another game, whoever it is, regardless of who it is. Do you know what I mean? We're coming all guns blazing this weekend, really. And we can't afford not to. We can't afford anything less than like a top level performance. And Chelsea are flying, like we're not stupid. Do you know what I mean? But before Christmas, we more than matched them, barring the goal. In terms of performance, we gave the performance that was needed to give us a chance of getting something out of that game. Yeah, we've just got to sort of rise to the challenge. And really, this weekend's just about the performance and the way we've played. When we have put in those performances, we've got something from the game, or we've narrowly missed out on getting something from the game. So, like I said, as long as we just bring that energy again this weekend, I think we'll be fine.